Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Happy
Pretty good,
fourth.
brother. Say it
Happy
again.
fourth. Happy fourth.
Oh, it seems to you, brother.
Yeah,
Thank you for
man.
coming on. Thank you for coming on. So,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we want to introduce ourselves. Um, I am Alfred Colley,
And
and that
I'm
is
Roger Boyd.
Roger Bohr. So today we're doing our first episode of Behind the Uniform. Our aim and goal is establish this podcast so that we can talk about service members, not just Army, but the entire service. Come on here and talk about your story, your life. Just not, after the uniform is off, what do you do? What are some of the things that you do to continue to better your life for you and your family? And we talk about struggles and opportunities that we have and share to our battle buddies so they can be able to follow suit.
Cool.
Yeah, born. So by the way, Roger and myself, we've been in the service for I'm currently active and Roger, you're retired, correct?
Correct, man. Been retired
Yeah.
since what, 2015?
2015. So I'm
Mhm.
currently still active duty Army. Been in the Army about September, gonna make it 14 years. And yeah, it's been an amazing time.
Thank you for your continued service, man.
Oh, appreciate it, brother. I'm just saying, like I always tell people, man, Roger has been one of the uh, only person that I could say when I was in that I could count on when I first went to my unit. You know, coming as a private from AIT straight to the unit, he open arms, welcoming, and we had 12 years of deployment downrange in Afghanistan, RC East, and I can say he made that experience a lot easier. Yeah, so Roger Boy said battle buddy for life. Woo woo.
Hey, man. Battle boy, battle buddy for life. I like that. Hey, man. The deployment was crazy, but we got through it, man.
That's
So,
correct. That's correct. So at this time, we want to do a little quick introduction of ourselves. So Roger, introduce yourself to our audience and let them know who you are and the time served and what you've done.
hey, I'm Roger Boyd. I'm happily retired Army right now, and I did 12. Was it 12? 12 good years of service. You know, I wasn't happy then, but I'm happy now. But it was 12 long years of service, and it was a good experience. Get to meet a lot of new people, and you build that relationship for a lifetime with the people you meet while you're in. And now I'm retired. Oh man, I'm retired. I'm in the Charlotte area. If you're familiar with North Carolina, I'm in that area, and I have a beautiful family. Married, what, 10 years? Ooh, 10 years? Golly, I'm getting old, man. Been married 10 years, been together 12. And
Damn.
yeah, and I got 5 kids.
Damn.
Yeah, I ain't
Bro.
playing it.
So
Got some
you
kids.
you just retired just having kids, bro.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. Three
Kids are a
teenage.
blessing though. Kids are a
It
blessing.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to keep us young. Try to keep us young, but they ask for a lot. Let me tell you, when they get to the teenage years,
Hey man.
oh man, that's all they. Hey, that's all they think about. I'm like, ooh, y'all got it made, huh?
But I can tell you, man, my story and how I came about, joining the service. Um,
Mhm,
I migrated to the United States in 2007. All I wanted to
mm,
do before I came to the country, because I'm originally from West Africa, Liberia. Originally, before I came here, I was like, I want to be a service member. And back home, all we knew was Marines. I want to be a Marine, blah blah blah. So long story short, I went to the Marine office and there was no Marines. So I was going out the building, saw the Army recruiting station office. I was like, let me talk to the Army guys. Got there, and then it was actually it was an African recruiter. He was from Nigeria.
mhm.
Never forget. Shout out to at the time he was Staff Sergeant Olu, but he's a warrant officer at the moment.
Okay.
Sat me down, bro. He got me with the LES, bro.
Oh man.
He showed me his LES. That shit was banging, man. So
Mhm.
I was like, where did that sign? Bam, bam, bam. And then got in there, went to basic, Fort Jackson, South Carolina. For Fort Jackson, went to AIT at Fort Lee, currently known as Fort Greg Adam. Did that time, and then I came to Fort Bragg, which is currently known as Fort Liberty. I was assigned to the 82nd Airborne Division. Worked with the 82nd Airborne Cab 182. See right
Oh,
here, Wolf
oh.
the Tactical Wolf Pack, man. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, it was so shocking when I got there. The first day, it was like, hey, you know, you're going down range. I like down range. What you talking about? I just got here. They're like, hey, in 6 months, you gotta go boots on ground. Like, dang. Golly. I like that. It was a little shocking when I got that information, but at the end of the day, I
Mhm.
realized I was a soldier at the moment. So it is what it is. We got to do what we got to do. We put the Army uniform for a reason.
Yeah.
When we went to MEPS and raised our right hand, you know, we swore to serve and protect, and that's what I went down the range to do. Yeah, and I would say you personally made it a lot easier for me. There's a lot. We had a lot of struggles, you know, being away from the family for like 12 months. Tough, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely, it's definitely tough. Like, and I can speak on that being, married, you have a family at home and you just got to stick through it, man. It's definitely a lot of, like the depression raises when you deploy and having that camaraderie with people you work with, that definitely
yeah,
helps out a lot, help you get through certain
yeah.
situations.
Yeah, and
But
I mean, you're not gonna get along with everybody, but it's that one or two people you can count on that gonna sit down and talk to you and listen to what you got to say. Because I noticed it. You know, we always got to hunt the good stuff. You know, the Army always train us to hunt the good stuff, and I'm telling you, man, hunting the good stuff has got me through about almost 14 years of my career now. Because like sometimes you know, certain situation I think I'd be like, it could be worse, you know, but you know, you hunt the good stuff, you can actually wear around and be like, you know, it could be better, you know, it is better. You know, those are the
yeah,
moments that you see all those trainings that you go through, MRT and all this training that the Army teach you doing to put you through. And sometimes you're like, why am I going through short class? Why am I doing this class? Why am I doing that class? It don't matter, blah blah blah. It does matter because when you sit down and think about it,
yeah,
the material, it matters.
it definitely matters. So,
So Roger Boyd, man, tell the
yeah.
people, why did you join the Army?
Oh man, let me try to shorten it up a little bit if I can. But imagine being in
You
high
got all
school,
day.
right?
Go ahead, tell the true story,
Imagine
man.
imagine being in high school, right? 17 years old, with your girlfriend, you know. And that's all your focus is. You that young love, puppy love or whatever. And
Yeah.
you got your family members. My aunt raised me, so she was just like, "What you gonna do?" I'm like, I'm gonna do it when I get there. I'm still a child. I ain't grown yet. That's my mentality. I ain't grown yet. Have fun. And whew, she ended up surprising me and had a recruiter came to the house. I was
Hmm.
like, "What you think about joining the army?" I'm like, "Join the army? I think about joining the army. I look like I'm have my girlfriend. I'm in love. I did join the army. I might go to college." But so he came and got me and took me and we did an ASVAB. The question seemed, it wasn't bad, but I was making sure I answered them wrong because I wasn't joining the army. I'm like, I got other things to do, so I was making sure. They was like, "Oh, that's the right answer." No, wrong, 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 on purpose. So he was just like, "I never seen a low score like that before. It's unusual." I'm like, "Oh, really? Well, I know I ain't joined the army with that score, huh?" He was like, "Well, you need some practice."
Do you remember what score you got?
I don't remember. I just know it was low, and he was just couldn't believe it. He was just like, "I ain't never seen a score this low." But coming around and taking it serious, and oh man, it was crazy, man. Because I didn't really do sports or anything, you know, coming up.
Yeah.
So the army, after the army commercials, like be all you could
So
be.
wait.
Like,
You were just like a pretty boy. You didn't do no sports and none of that. You were like a pretty
no,
boy.
man. No, yeah, that's all. Man, in basic, I had the waves everything, but it's
What?
they took the
You don't
thing
know
and
about the girls?
well, I was hurt. And they gave me these glasses like this, a little bit bigger probably.
Oh
BCG.
yeah,
They had my
they
contact
made you look like you got
man.
four eyes.
It messed me up, man. I was like, okay, well, what it is. And then we got to the showers. Everybody in the doggone, 15 people in the shower. I'm like, who taking a shower? All them people, all them dudes. And it's like, you are. And then I was like, well, dang, prison? I don't understand.
Man, speaking on that, that was a shocker for me too. You know, um when I got to basic and they were like open shower, everybody got to go in there and take a shower, bro. It
Yeah,
was not something I was used to. It was something I had to get used to.
yeah,
Not used to bathing with a bunch of dudes that you know from nowhere, bro.
yeah,
And
you don't
after
know.
after a day or two, there, you know, you kind of just got into the rhythm.
Yeah, it quickly became the norm.
Yeah.
And oh, I didn't tell you about the recruiter, man. He had me, they may have you do a practice PT test.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a little nervous about it. Like I said, I wasn't athletic or did any sports or anything like that. So we went out to the high school, to the track field, we did some push-ups, sit-ups, and we ran. Oh man, I think I did 10 push-ups and muscle failure. Now, 9, I was struggling. I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, you gonna get it. I think I did probably 18 sit-ups. That was rough.
Wow.
And we got to the run. I ain't even finished the run. I think I did a mile and a half, and it took like 21 minutes.
Damn.
To do a mile and a half. He was like, stop it. You're gonna get it. He was like, you're gonna get it once you get a basic. You're gonna get it.
20 minutes, mile and a half.
Yeah,
Boy,
I
you
got
were
the basic.
slow.
I was slow and weak. Man, I was in basic. What it was yelling at me. I falling out and run. I was just like, couldn't go nowhere. I just had to deal with it. So
Yep. Well, you made it through though, bro. I'm
yeah,
telling you, talking about PT test. My fastest running time ever was 14 minutes, 2 miles, man. That was I think basic when we first got there. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. When I was in basic too, see, I could always contribute this to God and His protection and
yeah,
everything that we do. When I went to basic, I had a battle buddy,
mhm,
Michael Yassir. My battle, it's a battle for life. Um, and the funny thing was we were in the same platoon, but we didn't know
mhm,
each other until we did this one when to go get our shots. And
yeah,
when they called my name, he was like, "Man, that name sounds familiar. That's like an African name." And
yeah.
the dude was he was actually a Liberian too.
Okay.
So after he called me, he was like, "Hey man, what's your name, man?" And I was like, "My name Kali." You're like, "Man, shut up, man." Yeah, man. He started speaking Liberian English or whatever. I was like,
Yeah,
"Bro, what's up?" Blah, blah, blah. And God would have it, we both were in the same platoon,
yeah,
same company, same platoon. We're in the same bay. His bunk bed was like right next to mine. So
yeah.
that made basic training a lot, what is it, familiar in a way.
Right,
Didn't know how the training was gonna go and whatever, but I had
right,
somebody I could talk to during the day and just kind of go back to what I knew, because
right,
you always say birds of the same feather flocks together, right? So and it is just a
right,
true thing. It's a true statement, yeah.
right. But that did it help out in the long run, man.
Oh yeah, it did
Basic
help
training.
out. Yeah, it helped out. It made basic training not easy, but a lot comfortable in a way
Yeah,
because we were battle buddies through the entire time, so we understood each other, right? So, because I'm
right,
telling you, as a foreigner, you come to the country, people don't really understand you, but as times go by, and they kind of get to know you. So, like, yeah, so it was an amazing time.
so, question, I know you're from Africa. So is it
Yeah.
really true about like you waking up and you see all kind of like lions, zebras, and
Yeah,
all
man.
kind
Shit, we got zebras and tigers. Oh no, I'm just messing around, bro. I'm from West Africa. It's a tropical country. Border
yeah,
with a couple of countries like the Ivory Coast, Guinea. Um, we also a coastal country, right? So we're border with the Atlantic Ocean, yeah, something like that.
right,
And we have a lot of like tall trees. So we have two seasons, so it's rainy season and dry season. So it rains a lot, I'll tell you that. We do have wild animals, but they're not walking in the streets. Yes, they're out there in the forest where they're supposed to be. I know a lot of people get a lot of people got stories about how Africa is like blah 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 like that. Nah, yeah, I always tell people, go down there and see for yourself. Right? I always encourage people to go back home, to Africa. When I say back home, motherland, whatever, and
Right,
review that area because it's different when you go down there. It's different from what you see on TV. Yeah,
right. That's amazing, man. I haven't
yeah,
been haven't been yet, but I definitely gotta go.
bro. Speaking about it, I got pictures from deployment, bro. I still got pictures of us when we were down there. Uh,
Yeah,
you had the PlayStation, what? PlayStation 3?
I think it was 3 at the time.
Oh
Yeah,
man, that PlayStation 3 came handy, man, because some days it used to be tough out there. We didn't have nothing to do after we get off work, 12-hour shift. We out there in that little bunker of a room. We do stuff over there, man. After the gym, we come back, we sitting, chilling, playing the game. 12 months down range was legendary, bro. I can tell you that
remember
was legendary.
remember the what was it the Nokia phones? That's what they had out there. Those the old school phones, and you had
The
to pay
what?
like the old school Nokia phones. So
Oh,
yeah, you had to pay like $20 for 5 minutes to talk on the phone. I'm like, they
bro,
robbing us.
bro, you're talking about that. What about the internet that we had, bro? To download a movie, bro. It take 3 days, bro.
3 days. We up here like, man, I'm almost there. I'm halfway there.
3 days, man.
It was
Three
bad, but
days.
we was
Can you
happy.
imagine,
We
people?
was happy when it downloaded.
Anybody watching, can you imagine downloading a movie that would take you in the States maybe 5 minutes? 3 days. 3 days. That's how bad the internet was, and we were paying for that.
We was paying a
Woo-hoo.
month, right? How much was that? How much we was paying? I forgot.
$25. So they had a $25 package, and then you had like $50, and they get like $100 and something like that. But you're like, let's go for the 25, man.
Yeah.
Bro, imagine. And then I was actually taking classes out there too, and boy, I used to constantly email my professor and be like, it's not working.
Ooh,
Yeah, man. But Roger, so today is 4th of July, right?
yeah.
Um, have you finished telling us why you joined the army and what 4th of July means to you?
So man, I really mean like just to come out of where I came from, a small town in South Carolina called Sherrall, very small, and a lot of people when they graduate, they either go work in a plant and they have different manufacturing plants to work at. But I'm just glad I didn't get stuck in that. I want to say people that I graduated with still like work in those plants. They never haven't really been outside of Sherrall, that town, and I'm just glad it provided a better life for me and to be able to be retired now and have all the benefits that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Man, all of the above is the reason why I joined the army. To provide a better life than me being retired now and getting what I'm getting from the military.
So, so you say the 12 years you spent in the army
Mm.
was a good 12 years spent, well spent.
Now I say that now.
Yeah.
when I was going through it, I was like, man, it was some rough times. Like for example, I want to say my first 3 years, right? Even you
Mhm.
getting promoted and stuff like that. And when you get
Yeah.
specialist, okay, it's time, get that sergeant. Get that sergeant. You go to the board, ace the board. Be like, oh, for us, you have to be maxed out. Your points have to be maxed out. Like that little 500 points ain't gonna cut
Mm-hmm.
it. You like, bro,
Oh
you like
yeah.
you need to go to
Back
college.
in the
And
days, like 798 and stuff.
yeah, it was 798. You had to go to college, and if you get to college, you still ain't getting that 798, but you can get close to it. I'm like, man, I got to like discouraged. Like, okay, whatever. What's the point? And it stayed 798 for years and years and years, and I just like we end up giving up. And then when you
Mm.
hear points drop to like four something, you be like, oh shit, I think I'm about to get it. I'm about to get promoted. And I go up
Yeah.
there, my name wasn't, you know, on the list. I'm like, wait, why not? He was like, where's your paperwork for when you went to the board? I'm like, they submitted all that, in the system. They're like, it's not in the system. I'm like, where's your copy? I'm like, copy? I was like, oh, are you kidding me? So they had no record that I went to the board or anything. Well, it took me down the deeper depression because it was like, I think I was 6 years in at the time. And I was just like, come on. So that's a little bit of why I say a little up and down during my military career. I got discouraged and depressed. And that's why I wouldn't say it wasn't always good, but I look at everything as a learning lesson to take in for today. Like always be prepared, always have your copies of paperwork. Don't just depend on nobody else.
Got you.
You know. Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm telling you, when I came to, I was a PFC, prior first class. I think you were special at the
Mm-hmm.
time, right?
Right.
So, and I could see that, you know, promotion meant a lot to you because you want
Mm-hmm.
to be in that leadership role to continue to lead soldiers and stuff like that. And like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot from you. And to be honest with you, when you got out the army, I kind of really felt really bad, but at the end of the day, that was your choice. And I was like, I mean, who I'm gonna look up to at the time because we were in the same unit and shit like that. But we move on in our career. I stay in, and really wish you would stay in to be my battle buddy, but we still battle buddies for life. But
Yeah.
happy that you have found a different path, and and
Yeah.
and the fact that you're talking about the army have um kind of help you in a way to get to where you want to be and stuff like that.
And you get a whole new look on life too. Because when you're in the military, you box in the military. Of course, you do some school. There's some stuff you're not really focused on while you're in the military because you focus on your career and excelling in your career is your main focus. Get promoted and get your next pay grade. So when you get out here in the real world and you start seeing people and talking to people and they just like younger people making all this money, you're like, dang, what you do? He's like, oh, we would work for the bank. I interned for a couple of years and now I'm in this position making 80,000, 90,000 a year. I'm like, huh. I'm like, you imagine us making that kind of money being young, in the game, in the military, but it's stuff
Talking
you
about
don't know.
money, bro. Talking about money making, man. I'd say before I joined, I was working for Jim and Jazz, right? As a urban uh they sell clothes and shoes and stuff like that, right? Um,
Mm,
and then I was going to college. I was going to PG County Community College, trying to get
mm,
my degree, whatever. And bro, it was tough, man. It was waking up every morning, doing a long drive, going to work,
right.
um, with people. You got to sell shoes and clothes and blah blah blah. And this is not me, man. And now, like, as soon as I got my green card, son, I was like, it's a wrap. Going in, bro. I went in there, really in, and what people ask me, why did I join the army? It's something that I want to do from the day I was born, man. I always knew
Yeah.
I want to be a soldier. Um, and uh, background story: Liberia, Walton country. In 1989, went through Civil War. I grew up during that time, and as God would have it, I never became a child soldier, but I always want to be a military person. So when I came to the United States, I said this is an opportunity for me to join the service. And I didn't know you need a green card to become a service member. As soon
Mhm.
as I got my green card, I joined the service. And Yeah, and I went through it. Met a lot of people, one like you, genuine people that really had my back and stuff like that. Um, and the time, my timing in the army, man, like I said, it's preparing me for when I get out. Because, like, for example, I'm always in communication with you. I'm in communication with a lot of people that have gotten out, so I'm learning a lot how to prepare myself before I get out. Because getting out the
Right.
military is not just getting out; it's a preparation, and
Right.
preparation matter because sometimes when we don't prepare, like you always know when we go when we go to the field, right? What do the platoon sergeants say? Hey, make sure you pack your bags. They'll give you
Yeah.
that checklist, and if you screw up and you don't bring your wet weather gear, and it start raining, guess what? You're wet, son,
Yeah.
right? If you don't
Yeah.
bring that cold weather gear, or if you don't bring your sleeping bag, son, you sleeping out in the tent, son,
Mhm.
without no sleeping bag. And this have happened to a lot of people. We go to the field, we ignore these things, Why to transition out the Army, we ignore some things, and then when we get out, we'll be like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? And that's why we're trying to start this podcast so that we can have people come on here, tell their story, how we can help people transition out, and those who are already out, how can we help them to get better? That's the purpose of this.
Yeah. And I want to say, for the new guys that's in the military or somebody who's thinking about joining the military, whenever they start talking about going to the field, they give you that packing list, right? I just want to let you know, you better bring you some snacks because you're only going to be eating the MRE. So it behooves you to bring your favorite snacks, your Chef Boyardee or whatever extra, Just letting you know, heads up.
Wait,
Hey.
Speaking about MRE, what was your first MRE? Do you remember?
Man, all I know is it smelled like dog food. And it had M&Ms in it. And I ate the M&Ms and that was it. I was just like, ain't no way I'm about to eat this mess.
Bro, so I don't remember the name of my first MRE, but to be honest, I don't even freaking remember that shit because I remember it was basic training, right? We go to the field and they said, "Oh, you better eat MREs." I was like, "What is MRE?" They said it's food in a box. I was like, "What?" I said, "We're not eating hot chow." They said, "No hot chow for the next 3 days." That's all we survive on. And like you said, everybody was looking for the ones that had the M&Ms, right? Everybody wanted them sweets or what do you call that other stuff, man? Not M&Ms, the other little colorful things. Skittles, man. Oh, everybody, we were training skills and stuff. But then the Joe Sons would come out there and take the Skittles because they were like, you're not going to get too much sweet. We're going to get fat out here. No. So we would get the Skittles. We would hide our Skittles, put it in our bag, and then take it back in the barracks and stuff like that. Bro.
Yeah.
Wait, I got another experience doing basic, right?
What?
Have you ever had where when we allowed to go to the shop and we were able to buy like the little candy wrap, right?
Yeah.
And we're selling in the bay for like $1. You remember those days? You ever had that experience?
Man, no, man, they weren't selling.
They sold you would go and buy the cough, the mint cough thing, and they would break it. And if you get enough, when yours is done, people are still keeping that stuff, and they would start selling it in the bay for like $1 a piece, man.
You had some hustlers. There's some hustlers in your bag.
In there, so her boys were out there trying to get money, man. And they were selling it, bro, and they were making money because we don't go to the PX as often as we wanted to. So when we go to the shop pet or whatever, maybe once a week, you get you one bag of candy, and you had a little Eagle card. Remember the Eagle card?
Yeah, I remember that.
We had an Eagle card. We used that in basic, and then we used that. I think we had it in down range too, right? Yeah.
I don't remember. Eagle card. Was it down range?
Yeah, I remember we had a load of Eagle card with money because most of the stuff on posts were being used with Eagle card. They didn't have a credit card or a debit card machine.
Right. I remember now. Man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You remember that what was it called? Victory Punch? Victory Punch? Y'all had it?
Wait, you talking about Victory? That was the concert, right?
No. They had like because while we could do it in basic training was drink water, right? But they had like during like lunchtime.
Victory Punch?
Victory Punch. It was like a punch they made.
Uh-huh.
You remember that? Did you have that?
No, I don't remember that.
But that was the best because all we did was drink water. So when we got Victory Punch, we were so happy. But it was just it tastes kind of like Crystal Light type drink. But man, we were so happy to get it because it was something other than water because that's all we was drinking was water. But 2.5 months.
I'll tell you, there was some good days, man. There was some good days. The one I hated the most was when you were at the end of the line and then you finally get your meal. Then the drill sergeant comes and he says, "All spoons down, on your feet, private. Let's go!" Oh my God! You start stuffing that thing. Whoa. Bro.
Man, was it child formation? Like what? No.
Bro, it's crazy, man. When I came back from basic and AIT, came home, my sister, right? She had cooked. And back home we usually eat together, right? We got a little plate and we eat together. So we were eating, and out of a sudden, she just stopped eating and walk away. And I'm like, what's going on? Why you stop eating? She said,
Yeah.
you eating so fast, so I'm thinking you hungry. I was like, no, this is how we eat in basic. You gotta hurry up and eat. There ain't no time to
Yeah.
be chilling and chewing slowly. Or
Yeah.
all right, no, we gotta move. This is
We ain't
I'm
relaxed.
just that also at that point I had to realize I wasn't um in basic anymore because I had that whole mindset. It was hurry up and go.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm telling you, man, bro. No, a lot of people talk stuff about the military and blah blah blah, but the military has instilled a lot of said discipline. But I can always say discipline is it has to come from a foundation. They just build off of whatever foundation that you have.
Yeah. I find myself sometimes still rolling up my t-shirts and socks.
Yeah.
But
Bro, that's all you knew. You knew that for since you were what 17 years old. You joined the army at 17, right? And when you got out,
17,
you
man.
were like what 30 something?
Nah, I was not 30 yet. 30 yet. I was like 29. I don't know, something. I wasn't 30 yet.
Oh,
I
so
was
you came in
still,
at 17 and you did 12, so 29 years old. So
yeah,
you came straight from high school to the army. That's it.
yeah,
That's all you knew, and that's all you still know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Mm-mm-mm. I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it for nothing else. There's so many experiences, so many people I met. Because you have to go through things, whether it's good or bad in your life. And as long as you're at a better place today, I don't regret none of it. 'Cause I'm definitely in a better place today. And if I wouldn't have been here, if I didn't go through down that route, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man. I got always say I tell the Lord, thank you that I made this choice. And I'll tell you this, um, I didn't tell my family I was joining the military, because we're from a war-torn country. And
Okay.
if I had told them, they probably would have told me some stuff to discourage me. And as I always tell
Right.
people, do not let anybody discourage you because it's your life choice, right? If you don't do
Mm-hmm.
it, sometimes you have regrets, right? I know there's a lot of people who have wanted to join the service and did not do it because all about somebody discouraging them, right? And then
Right.
once that time passes that they can't join them more, they regret that. And the life we
Right.
live is short. So make up your mind, do the service, join the service. You do 4 years, and cut it and quit. That's fine. But I always try to, and I didn't tell them, bro, until the recruiter came to take me to basic training. And they were like, where you going? I'm like, I'm going to the army.
I'm out. What you
Yeah,
mean
I'm
you
out.
out? I'm about to go. I see. I love you, mom. Get a hug. I'm gone. Dang. Yeah, but it's good, man.
Yeah, today we're trying to get some people on here. We have a guest coming on, retired Sergeant First Class Price, going to come on here today. He's gonna
Okay.
try to talk to our audience and at least give us some of his insight on it, man. What made him to join? When did he
Mm,
join? And stuff like that. So
okay.
yeah, he's gonna be coming up in the next 10 minutes. Yeah, man. But how's the family doing, brother?
Man, the family is good, man. The family is great. How about yours?
Bro, we're good, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, one of the things that kind of helped, kind of made life easy for me too. Like, when I got married, it was just me and my wife. We didn't have a kid, so when I was deploying, it made it a lot easier not having a kid. And I'd be thinking about people who deploy with the kids. Those
Yeah.
those are tough moments, man. And especially the dads have had like multiple deployments and leaving the kids back. Those are tough
Yeah.
moments. But at the end of the day, we raised our right hand to do that.
Yeah.
And we did that, and yeah, I can't wait for a retirement. But it's 6 more years for me. 6 more years,
Hey,
brother.
hey, it's gonna be good, man.
And I look
And
at
you
it
never
like
know.
I look at it like a 6 year contract.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah,
Six weeks,
look at it as a
6 year
6 year contract.
contract. You got a lot of people like in your ear telling you about what's going on and making sure you make the right moves once you get out. Because time, you just gathering
Yeah,
all this information that we got, give you, and make sure you tracking when you get out. You get this money when you getting out.
yeah,
So
yeah. Oh, by the way, I do have retired Sergeant First Class Price. So we're about to bring him in here, and then we're gonna
Okay,
ask some questions. Now, if you're watching this and you have any questions for us, put your questions out in the comment below, and then we will definitely. If you want to come on as well, if you have anything you want to share as well, do that for us, and then we'll definitely bring you on, and you can share some of your thoughts. So now we're also using this platform for where if you want to connect with a soldier, a friend, a battle buddy that you haven't seen for ages, and we can definitely reach and track them down, and we can do it like a little meeting on here. All right. So if you're trying to track somebody now, let us know who it is, what unit you guys serve with, the time you guys serve, and we can bring on here. But this platform for us to be able to share our experience with our fellow military personnel, and how we can learn from them, or how we can teach them some of the stuff that we've done through our time. So at this time, we want to bring in retired Sergeant First Class Price. What it do? What it do? What it do?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, pretty good. This is my co-host, Roger Boy. That is
What's
retired.
going on, boss?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Can't complain.
That's good. That's good.
So welcome, Sergeant First Class.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Hey,
How
man,
y'all
I
doing?
see you retired for real. Look at that beard, bro.
You ain't playing.
Yeah, I'm trying to grow a little something in there. Yes, sir.
Man,
Yes, sir.
No, I see you right now, but I almost hung up on y'all. Like, who's that?
Hey,
But
it's like that's the first thing. It's like the first thing you do when you get out the military. It's like I ain't shaving. I'm gonna grow this thing
Oh
out.
yeah, that's a rite of passage.
so
Yes,
at this
sir.
time, can you introduce yourself to us, my friend?
All right, I'm Sergeant First Class retired.
No.
Norman Price. I just retired May 1st. That was my official retirement date. I joined August 17th, 99. You know, I joined from a little small town, Lamar, South Carolina. Unsure what I want to do with my life. And hey, 24 years later, I got my boots.
Wait, you said you from South Carolina, right?
Hold
Yes,
on.
sir.
Hold on. You said Lamar?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, you kind of close, man. I'm from Sherrod, South Carolina.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's right up the road, man.
Wow. Okay. I was like, you said Lamar. I'm like, dang.
So
Yeah,
it both
that's
like
crazy.
both of y'all kind of like it almost similar. Like you joined when he was 17. He joined when he was 17 too.
Yeah,
Hey,
what year
man.
you joined?
04. Had to get
Okay,
signed in. Had to get signed in.
nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
man. Hey, Lamar, South
backwoods.
Carolina. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Man,
I met
man,
I met a guy. Hold on, I met a guy during my service years. He's from Society Hill. I was like, Society Hill.
Uh, what's his last name? Scott.
No, it wasn't Scott. I want to say it was Clark.
Oh,
Clark,
okay.
man. South Carolina, but I mean Society Hill.
That's
Same.
like that.
Yeah. So yeah,
so
man.
retired Sergeant First Class Price.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man.
Did this day seem like it wasn't gonna come, but it's here now? How does it feel?
Man, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like leading up until the time when I was about to retire, I was terrified, man. Completely terrified. I was having anxiety. I kept going back and forth to the counselor. I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to fit in at when I take this uniform off. Because joining so young, the Army kind of becomes your identity. You know what I
Right.
mean? And like some other people, they kind of venture out into other things before they get out of uniform. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like start, like getting into the entrepreneur realm and everything like that. I didn't do any of that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So all I did was identify as a soldier. So but me and my wife, we sat down and had a discussion one day or whatever, and one of the main reasons why I decided to go ahead and retire, it wasn't anything of the politics or anything that was going on in the Army. It was more so my kids. because
Yeah.
I got two smaller boys, and then I was just outside one day and I was doing some things with them, and it was some things that I felt like they should have known, but they didn't. So I felt like I was failing them. So at that point, I was just like, I said, I'm done.
Wow.
Gotcha, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
because you know what I'm saying. You don't realize that you're doing an honorable thing by, you know what I mean, by providing service to others,
mhm,
and you this is your way of providing for your family. But at the same time, somewhat you kind of your family is being neglected in, in certain ways, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Definitely makes sense.
well,
Yeah,
since
like
man, oh, go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. You good?
No, I was just about to say in terms of like all things monetary and everything like that, everything was always taken care of. Nothing never fell behind. You know what I mean? Like so
Yeah.
kids could basically get anything and everything they wanted when they wanted. You know what I
hmm
mean? So yeah, but go ahead, boss man.
Oh no, I just want to ask you, man. Since it's the 4th of July, man. So what does that really mean to you? As retired serviceman. What does that really mean to you? Like the 4th of July.
So 4th of July, man, to me, just as a kid, just thinking back, and just thinking about my parents and all the people that came before me, right? So just looking at it holistically, independence itself, right? So
Right.
I know the politics and everything behind a lot of things that's going on in the world today or whatever. But at the end of the day, we got to be thankful that we're in a country that we do have freedoms. You know what I mean? We do have a lot of things here. We got the freedom to practice whatever religion we want to practice. We can eat what we want to practice, watch whatever we want to watch on TV. We have all these daggone freedoms that a lot of other countries don't have. They're
Right.
told what religion they have to daggone practice, what they have to watch on TV. All that stuff is pushed to them. You know what I mean? So we do have those
Right.
freedoms here in the US. So for me, just by having our independence, because it's Independence Day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's for everybody. It's for everybody, man. You know what I mean? So I'm just thankful to be in a place where I could just gonna do things for my family and not have no restrictions on what I do or how I do it for them. So and of course the ones that came before us, a lot of people gave sacrifice for us to have these freedoms. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like brother Kali over here. You know what I mean? He came from a place where, hey, you wasn't able to just move around as you please, and he came to the
Right.
land of the free.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
I was
know,
just about.
so oh, go ahead, man.
Yeah. I said I was just about to talk a little bit about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people take things for granted in here in
hmm
America, but like a lot of times we wonder why people come from Africa and we just want to continue to grind because that grinding is in us because it's not there. You know what I'm saying? In Liberia, like
Hmm.
I was saying previously on the show, war-torn country for so many years, didn't have the experience, the opportunity to go to great school. We did go to school, whatever, but just to get a job and create a stability for your family, like you're saying, the freedom here allows us to do that. So coming here and seeing you guys and talking to you guys and getting your story and then thinking about where I used to be to where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I could say, what was it? Maybe 15, 16 years ago, I was on a refugee camp. Now look at me. I'm sitting here, service member, United States military. And those are all dreams. And it's only realized because of the freedom that America has. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely. I agree with you 100%.
And a lot of people, they live and breathe the army. I was never a guy who actually lived and breathed the army like that. You know what I mean? Now, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. When I went to work,
We work together now. You army all day now. Now you
Army.
just said that you used to show up to
hold,
work late. You army all day, bro.
hold on, now check it. So when I say that, I mean, now when I come to work, I'm going to give you 110%. I'm going to give you everything that I have. You know what I'm saying? But I'm
Yeah,
talking about like I wasn't the guy who was chasing soldiers down, hey, put your hat on or this, that, and the third. Now, if I see somebody just doing something blatantly wrong, I'm gonna correct it. Yes. But I'm just talking about just uh and looking back on it now, everybody has some form of fashion of, I guess we should talk about the Marines saying the Marines are brainwashed. But everybody in their respective branches have some form of, I guess, customs that they take along with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even certain words right now in my civilian job, certain words I hear or whatever, I look up out my cubicle, and see what's going on because those are catchphrases for us.
Correct.
You
Those
know,
are trigger words.
like
Yeah.
even when me and my wife started dating or whatever, we dated for a while, and then when we got married, I decided to get married in my uniform. And for me, I got married in my uniform because I was letting my wife know that unfortunately she wasn't just marrying me; she was marrying into a lifestyle. You know
Correct.
what I mean? And the military lifestyle is slightly different than it is in different civilian jobs.
Correct.
So that's why I did that to signify that. Just letting her know, hey, look here, even though you're marrying me, you're marrying into the army as well. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, now that I'm retired, all of these benefits that I reap, she will reap these same benefits. And then even someday when I leave this earth, if my wife survived after me, then she will still have benefits that she can, carry on with after I'm gone.
Yeah.
So providing this service, you know what I mean, to others, because essentially that's what we do. We're providing a service to others.
Right.
Because if you look at it, we go into these countries in these different places, right? And you got to look at it as if somebody's picking on your little brother. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Mhm.
uh, and we go over there to do a job. That's essentially what we're doing. We have
Yeah.
we have a job that we have to do, regardless of whether it's here in the United States or if it's overseas. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
still have to go in there and do that same job. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Does somebody have to kick down that door and take down the bad guy? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the job that you're assigned to do, you just continuously do that job. So that's how I looked at it. Anytime if I had to deploy, they call my name, call my number, they say, hey, look here, we gotta pack our bags and go. That's how I looked at it. We just going over here to defend somebody who can't defend themselves.
Speaking about deployment, though, let me just hop on that.
Yes, sir.
When you left recruiting, right, you came
Hmm.
back to regular army, and I remember when I came back to regular army myself, immediately there was a quick turnaround, and you were like, bro, I'm overseas. I was like, Dah! I was like, I didn't coming back to regular army. I didn't think that deployment was going to happen for any one of us that fast because we were in recruiting for
Hmm.
like almost 3 years. Being away from the flight port is a whole different army down there. It's like a strictly gentleman kind of deal, not thinking about going overseas. And you just pick up and left. And I was just saying that now, and I felt to myself, I said, this is what we sign up for, man. Like it don't matter how you feel about the task, you gotta go. You have to go. And we go with the smile on our face. We go down there for 9 months, 6 months, and we spend that time. And our family are the ones that are going to eat that moments of not having you around. And that's why I always look at like 4th of July as an important day for a lot of military people because it still reminds of the freedom that we have, and the freedoms are because of guys like us that put that uniform on and go down there and say we're going to serve and protect. And yeah, kudos to
It's a
you. And
song right now, man. It still makes me tear up to this day. The song they say, "I'm proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free." It still make me tear up. You know what I mean? It might not mean a lot to a lot of people, but
Mhm.
for me, it means a lot to me because, like I said, it's a lot of people that I've served with. They ain't here no more. You know
Right.
what I mean? So it definitely means a lot to me. You know what I mean? Some people, because I've had brothers who went overseas with me. You know what I mean? And then made it all the way through the struggle, and then come back, and then they die here on the U.S. soil. Not anything that has anything to do with any crime or anything like that. But I'm just saying that they
Yeah.
made it through the battle. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And then and to succumb from other things. So it things like that do hurt you to your heart. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you look back at it and like, hey, I was able to serve beside that good brother.
yeah,
So it's a
yeah.
blessing, though, man. It's a blessing to be in this land.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
That's a great
what are
answer,
you doing
man.
today?
Say that again.
What's the plan for today? This fourth.
I had some family that came in town from New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So, even though it's the time that we celebrate independence, families still get together and kind of, break bread with each other. and just kind of, make the most of the time. You know what I mean? Because tomorrow ain't always promised.
Yes,
So you just have to make the most of the day, and just tell somebody you love them, give them a hug. Hey, and
yeah.
enjoy the moment, man.
Like I always tell
Man.
my brother, boy, right here, I'm like, I've been knowing this guy from ever since I was a private, 2011. When I got assigned to 182, he always
Hmm.
had my back. After he got out the military, he gonna go on his own way and done his own thing. We always communicate, we always talk, and you too, saying our time that we serve in recruiting those days, I always look up to you, and there's so many things that you told me, and I continue to use the same things every day to move forward. But before we let you go, because I know you got family and whatever, I just want you to take a moment and just tell our audiences, those who are in or those that are transitioning out, what are some of the things that they can do to become better successful when they get out?
So like I said previously, leading up until the time that you're going to get out, start prepping yourself. Start finding things that you're interested in, right? Start figuring out who you are. Figure out what you like to do. Those are some of the things that would tremendously help you as you start planning your transition. And don't wait till the last second. You know what I mean? Even if you just potentially thinking about getting out, go ahead and start taking those classes, because those I can't even think of the classes that they call when you're getting out of the army right now. But those classes that you go through when you're getting out of the army, that's what helped me transition successfully, because like I said, I was having bad anxiety. But when I started going through those resume classes, those interview prep classes or whatever, all those classes are what gave me the confidence to keep pushing. Because a lot of people like, man, you retiring, why are you getting another job? I'm getting a job because I didn't plan properly prior to getting out of the army, basically. Because if I had a whole big nest egg saved up of money, there's a good chance that I probably wouldn't. My son coming to say, hey, y'all, tell everybody, hey.
Hey, happy
Hey,
folk, my
happy
All right,
brother.
brother.
fourth.
But absolutely, just those classes, those, like I said, they made a world of a difference, man. Honestly, because when I was sitting on those counselors chairs, like breaking down in tears or whatever, they wasn't fake tears. Those were real tears because I didn't know what I was going to do. I had no clue. You know what I mean? So that's planning, planning, planning. And even if you think that saving money is not important, it's very important, because leading up until the time when I was about to get out of the army, I had to tell my wife, I said, hey, look, I need you to take care of this so I can stockpile money. You know what I mean? So I was
Yeah,
literally just stockpiling money like it was about to be a recession. So I was just stacking money up, stacking money up, stacking money up. You know what I mean? So all of those things are plays a part, because once you're getting close to the end of getting out of the army, that check gonna stop. You know what
yeah,
I mean? So when you get that check and there's zeros at the bottom, are you prepared for that?
yeah.
So yeah, I went into daggone I guess you could say conservation mode. Conservation
Mm,
mode. But find it, like I said, finding a hobby and planning properly. And network. Network. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. I'm just gonna put that out there to you too.
wow, wow, wow. Very
It was like,
interesting. Very interesting
it was
for
like
people.
Yes, sir.
Yo, you saying, boy?
I would say that's good advice, man. Yeah. And for
So
those who say, hold on, let
what would you
me.
say,
I'm just
boy,
want
from your
to.
perspective? Is you retired too? What is he saying? Is it in line with what you about
It's
to
in
say?
line. It's in line. It's like for me, Price. I'm medically retired out, right? So I end up getting a severance pay on top of another pay that I got. So I end up getting like probably like 50,000 probably when I got
Nice,
out.
nice.
So I had the money saved up, but it's still like, man, what I'm gonna do? It was like had months to think about what I'm gonna do, just couldn't really figure out. That's all I know is the military. When I was 17, got out, and you start. I think I did Uber. I did Uber, like to get familiar where I'm in Charlotte, and just meeting new people and talking to people and people for their jobs and hey man, how much you make? And they making all this. I'm like, dang, okay. I wasn't getting paid good. When you think you start thinking about the money, like we weren't getting paid good money like that, These guys, they young. So it was just motivation, like for me, because initially when I got out, I wanted to go to the bank. So I ended up getting my master's degree in accounting. So I was like, I'm gonna work at a bank and start making good money. But one thing led to another with retirement and the money I started getting being retired. I was like, well, sure, I ain't about to go work for nobody. I'm good with these checks I'm getting now. And then they
Yes,
helped
sir.
my wife progress into like her businesses and sold money into her business. She's become successful and we're good to go. Like I was to say, I haven't worked for nobody since what 2015. You know.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
blessing right there.
Yeah.
That's a
So
blessing.
But yeah,
That's 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 a good blueprint though. That's definitely a good blueprint.
yeah.
what
So
you were
save
saying,
money.
Sean Price. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying so save money. Like Price said, save money. You have money stacked up, so you got a cushion. You know, to figure
Yeah.
out what you're gonna do, and then once you get it, you know, you got some money to invest in yourself and get you off the ground.
I really appreciate this, right? Because this is something for people like myself and people who are watching, they're already currently in the Army. Now, I would tell you this, what you're saying by saving. So I got a first advice from an NCO. Hey, make sure you do TSP, blah, blah, blah. Roger, that's on. Roger, that's on. It was Roger Sergeant 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years in. Then before I was like, dang, what is TSP? I didn't even ask the question what TSP, but he just said it.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally decided to go into TSP and start saving a little bit. But for what you're saying, for the privates that are watching this thing or people that are listening that have soldiers, this information needs to be drilled down because you already know you've been in the Army. When they tell you something to do in the Army, most time you're like, man, you're wasting my time. Let me go home and go play my video game or let me go do something else because we don't do these things until like it comes to a moment when we realize like, dang, I should have done this. But yeah, this is very good.
Absolutely. Now that I'm 41 years old, you can look back and tell that younger person the power of compound interest is a beautiful thing. That's all I'm saying.
We would definitely need you to come back on this show to come and give us some of that insight, retired Sergeant First Class Price, because you have gained a lot. And I learned a lot from you while I was in recruiting. You introduced me to a bunch of stuff like cryptocurrency and investment and all that. And I've made a lot of money because of you. So I would need you back on this show to continue to empower our audience.
Hey man, it's a blessing. Hey man, I definitely appreciate y'all having me on. Y'all got a good thing. Keep it going
Appreciate it.
and keep an open mind and just keep feeding the information out to the people. Hey, one last thing I will say though, in reference to people who
Before you leave,
Mhm.
quick message before you hang out. Quick message to behind the uniform. Quick message. A message of positivity or anything.
What I have to say is if you are a person who's about to retire, no disrespect to that person who's still in uniform, but they've never retired before. So you may want to get your information from somebody who's actually retired. They probably can
Yeah.
give you the best information.
Yep.
So much
All right.
love. Stay strong, brothers.
Hey,
Peace
thank you.
out, brother.
Happy 4th.
Peace.
Happy
Same to
4th,
y'all.
brother. Yeah. So that was retired Sergeant First Class Price. History between
That was
him and
great.
myself. Say it again.
That was great, man. Having them on.
Yeah,
Good
he and
information.
we worked together for about almost 4 years. He was a
Oh, well.
recruiting when I got there.
Mhm.
I'm just saying one of the advice that he gave me when I was in recruiting, I was processing this soldier to join the service, and he was like, "Hey man, once you process your paperwork and you know everything is good, submit it. At the end of the day, you're doing your job." He always encouraged me because when I first got there, it was a little tough, finding people to put them in the Army. And that's what we do. Find people, make sure they're qualified to join the service. So we want qualified people to join the Army, right? And I'm telling you, out there, it's tough, man. And, everybody just think it's easy because when we join the Army, most of us that join the Army, we're committed. It really didn't take too much to convince us. Once you walk in the recruiting office, it's a wrap.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
want to do it, right? But you going out to find those who not coming to the office. That's what is tough. And if you're able to get a committed appointment and close the deal, it's not an easy task. But Like I said, with Sergeant Price, with other people that I work with, made it a lot easy. Shout out to retired First Sergeant Woolen. Sorry, Master Sergeant Woolen. If you listen to this, shout out to you. Just shout out to everybody that I work with during this time. And yeah, Roger boy, we're back again. So we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep bringing people on. That's my co-host. Yeah,
I hope
brother.
y'all enjoy. Hope y'all enjoyed this, and you to tune in as we give out this great information to people that's still serving, that's getting out or already out, or even somebody that wants to join the military.
Definitely. Yeah, if you want to join the service, hit us up, send us a DM us. We got questions, answer the questions that you may have. Like I said, I'm a prior recruiter. We'll soon be going back to recruiting. So going back to recruiting school soon. And if you need to any information about, maybe you having issues with connecting with a recruiter, hit us up. Hit me up. I would definitely be able to point you in the right direction. But yeah, like I said, we're here to let you guys know that being in the Army or in the service, for that matter Army and Marines, it's a good thing. It's rewarding, right, sir?
Yeah. I would say, I would tell anybody, if you can get a 2 or 3 year, contract in the military, do it, man. It's really gonna help you, especially coming out of high school. I feel like it's a great tool. Or even if you get out of high school, go years and come in as an officer, hey, that's even better, But it's definitely
but I
worth
wouldn't want to come in as an officer. I would come in enlisted. I make more money, not make more money, but I get a lot of leeway. But like I said, anybody come in, like you said, any Army officer enlisted, you want to go, you want option 40, Ranger, Special Forces, SFAT, you want all of that. We got that. Army strong. Oh, before we go, we gotta send some shout out to some of our former platoon leaders, our like section chiefs and stuff like that. I know Staff Sergeant, retired Staff Sergeant Toon. Woo woo.
Oh man, he's watching. Hey man, we gotta get you on here.
Yeah, we gotta get him on. We definitely gotta get him on. Definitely.
Oh,
Broom. What he retires? What, the PFC or a specialist? Broom.
I think he was specialist. When he got out
Specialist
here.
Broom.
Yeah, man. Cool people, man. Cool people.
Hey, where your boy Johnson?
Oh, Basil. Oh man, gotta get him on here too, man.
Oh,
He out there. He in Georgia somewhere. Yeah, but yeah, man. Remember, what's his name? Gaiman. Remember him? You remember him? We took a picture together. We came back from our deployment. He tall guy, had the glasses. He was married, but his wife wasn't there. His wife and kids were somewhere else.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I got a picture of all four of us standing, dressed blues.
Yeah. I think he had greens on. I think he was the only one who had greens on.
He had greens on.
I'm like, man, go buy them blues. He ain't want to buy the blues. I'm like, buy them blues, man. Yeah, man.
Oh, the other day I met this dude. He's our first class AD. He's a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he made a master sergeant list now. He about to be master sergeant a little bit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Man. Much success, man. Much success.
I just like to say thank you for your service, my brother. You've done your thing, and I appreciate you. And like I said, I would like to see every young man put on the uniform. If it's Army, Marines, Air Force, serve your country, do your time. And at this time, we want to say for those who are going to be watching this, if you have any question for us for our next show, we would definitely be answering some of your questions during our live show. So yeah, appreciate it.
Hey, why you didn't say? You said Army, Marines, Navy, right?
Yeah.
Why you say Coast Guard? Why?
Yeah,
don't discriminate. Don't discriminate.
I don't want to say no joke here about the Coast Guard, but I'll say that joke for another day.
If you Coast Guard, hey man, if you wanna sign up to be in the Coast Guard, man, hey, you can still come on
Yeah,
here, man.
I'm a recruiter. I ain't telling you to go to the Coast Guard. I'm just telling you that straight up.
Oh man.
I say the Navy before I send you over there.
Oh man. But hey man,
Yeah,
it's been
man.
good. Man.
It's been a good experience, man. You know what I'm saying? Like what, 14 years now? 14 years since September.
Yeah.
Man, so if you had stayed in, what would you be at now? Well, would you be how many years in now?
I'll be 20, right? To what what's the day? Today's the 4th. On the 8th will be 20 years.
Damn, so you'd have been retiring, full retirement, but you still got the early retirement, man.
Early retired. I can't complain. I'm all smiles over here, man. It's a
Yeah,
blessing. And I
yeah,
look at
man.
people. I look at people who work for somebody like normal work, and they work until they in their 60s. And they
Yeah.
retire, but they get the Social Security check, and it's like that's all they really got. They really ain't save, or they got 401k, or they just got.
I think on our next show, we're going to talk about what the Army has started doing to be able to empower soldiers financially when they get out, because there are a lot of programs that is in place that wasn't in place a couple of years ago, like with the
Okay.
whole blended retirement program, man, with the whole continuous educational, financial education that continues to flow within units and stuff like that. And it's there because I remember when I was in recruiting, we used to have quarterly. We had a financial gentleman would come to the office and talk about our portfolio, what are we investing in, and how much we're doing in TSP and blah blah blah. And that kind of empower us a lot because, like Sergeant Price was saying, hey, it's all fun and game until you realize that oh my goodness, I'm about to get out. And if you don't have that saving, now you got to go out there and grind more. But if you had a little bit of savings for maybe 10, 15 years, it's a startup, you know what I'm saying? It gets you on your feet and gets you going. But yeah, so definitely next podcast we'll be covering some financial advantages that we can do while we're in, or some of the stuff that we can do while we're out. Because I know you're a business owner yourself, correct?
Right.
Definitely. Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta put some way. You saving it. For example, you saving it. I'm gonna wait to next. I'm gonna wait to the next episode. I'm about to go into something.
Definitely. So, yes, definitely. So come prepared. I'll come prepared. We'll both come prepared, and we're gonna talk about some financial advantages that we can, things that we can take advantage of to be financially illiterate about getting out the service and stuff like that. But at this time, we would like to say thank you guys and happy 4th.
Happy 4th.
Peace out. Airborne.
Yeah.